Hi everyone, welcome to episode 7 of Return of the Kings, our 1988 Los Angeles Kings historical save. Here in Franchise Hockey Manager 9, we will be playing Edmonton at Edmonton, a game that we have had circled on our schedule since it was announced. And as you can see, Edmonton's roster is incredibly good. They have Fior, who's won the Vezina. He's a 4-time champion with Gretzky. Messier, 4-time champion. Jari Kurri, he's a new guy, but Craig Simpson, 4 stars. Craig McTavish, 2-time champion, 4 stars. 3.5 stars, Kevin Lowe. Tikkanen, 3-time champion, 3.5 stars. Jimmy Carson is 3.5 stars. And Charlie Huddy, who's has 4 championships under his belt, is also 3 stars. The depth that just goes on and on and on forever. As you can see, the quick arrangement of their lines here in the first and second lines, absolutely devastating. This is a team that knows how to win. But enough about them. How are we looking? Well, Steve Duchesne is back. We've put him in the first lineup. I kind of saved him a little bit for this situation. So he's fully rested. He's ready to go. He's going to be up there. We still are out. Healy went out with a sore elbow in the last game. So that's a little worrying. But I kind of intentionally saved Casey on the side. I was saving him for this Edmonton game. So he's 100% ready to go. Let's hope nothing bad happens because Janesic is just a minor leaguer I called up back up from North Haven. So he's got his equipment, but he's not ready to play, really. So if that happens, we're devastated. But hopefully that doesn't. We lost 4-3 against Philly. Really close game, but Philly won it at the last minute. Faced off against Calgary. That game started 3-0. Calgary comes back and ties the game, but in the final minute, Dean Kennedy scores the winning goal. So the standings currently are... So we're right now in second. 3-2-1. We have the tiebreaker against Calgary. Edmonton is in a dominating first place. They only have 1 loss this entire season against the North Stars. But you can see as they've just kind of rolled through everybody they've faced so far. And now they're against us. John Casey in goal, facing off against Grant Fior. Gretzky against Messier. Gretzky, of course, Krushelensky and McSorley are all facing off against Edmonton. Carson, Hammond, and Smith are facing against their old team in LA. And folks, it's time that we meet at center ice at Rexall Place. Lots of Gretzky jerseys in the stands. Edmonton colors. Kings colors. Still signs from the fans pleading for Gretzky to come back. But the chance for that is long, long gone. As Edmonton wants to prove that one man a franchise does not make. This is a championship team. They are ready to go for another championship. Gretzky out to prove that, yes, he's getting paid his fair share, but this is a competitive team, and that he will lead any team he's a part of to the promised land. As Messier and Gretzky face off, and Gretzky gets the puck, passing it to Dino, and Luke has it, as Gretzky's getting up right in front, moving against his old teammate. And very dangerous as Edmonton, for the first time, are facing off against Gretzky's dangerous speed. They know it well, and Dino takes a shot wide over the net. As McTavish and Nichols face off here. And Tonelli is trying to get in position. Nichols went behind the net, hoping to set up his team, but that's broken up. As Tikkanen now has it in his counterattack, and Dave Taylor with a trip. As Edmonton gets a great chance to score here. Actually, let's... Jari Kurri with a hook, but let's just check. I think I'm going to increase tempo and back checking. And I think I'm going to lower attacking. I should change that to the default. But for now, let's make an on-the-fly adjustment. As it's 4-on-4, open ice is something Gretzky loves to have as a situation here. He's trying to stay forward in case the team can get the puck back. McSorley's facing off against 18. Breaks it up. As Gretzky in a white jersey, but silver and black instead of blue and orange this time in Edmonton. And although they love Gretzky here, of course, they'll never forget what he did for this team. Right now, Edmonton fans want Messier and the rest of the squad to take a win here as Messier faces off against Carpenter. And it looks like Messier went offside as McTavish now has the puck. And Deanan gets it back. Slower pace game than you might expect from both of these teams. Both being very careful. Both teams know that goals will be very important here. Hard to come by. And both teams playing almost a little cautiously. You can see it. This is very tense. It's only a regular season game and it's early in the season, but pride and everything is on the line. Both of these teams trying to justify last offseason, Edmonton trying to prove they did not make a mistake by taking draft picks and money as there's a 2-on-1. Kings trying to prove that selling the farm for Wayne Gretzky was a good idea. Went for a total rebranding just for his arrival. The trade and the shadow of that move still hanging over this team and every single game that will be between them this season as 28, Steve Duchesne, who finally comes back after being injured in preseason, makes a brilliant shot. Fuhr, an uncharacteristic mistake as he failed to consider that Duchesne might take a far corner shot. He just never even thought it could happen. And now the Kings make their own mistake. As Craig Simpson now punishes them. And Casey, likewise, caught sleeping. Not ready for that. Did not even consider that a wrist shot could come out from Edmonton. And it's 1-1. Kevin Lowe gets the puck as Gretzky and the first line are on the ice. Duchesne and McSorley defense. Edmonton knows what McSorley can do. And maybe they're even considering what Edmonton fans might do if they rough up Gretzky too hard, as he's actually hooked by Reed Larson. And Gretzky pats Reed on the shoulder as he kind of laughs and smirks. Reed kind of returns the smile back. Professionalism on display from both teams here, as well as a great intensity as Dino's trying to move into position, and Nichols takes a great shot, and that's blocked by Fuhr. As a high stick from Luke. Luke trying to get away with one. Hoping the refs weren't looking, swung his stick right in the back of the head of the Edmonton defenseman, but he gets called there. Nichols and Messier facing off as Messier ends up with the puck. And 17, and Messier is more than ready to take a shot if he can get his hands on it. But that's saved by Casey. 8 minutes left in this period as Gretzky takes the face off. Crossman gets it, and Gretzky takes a shot. First shot against his old teammate Fuhr. And Gretzky once again wants to take another shot, but that's quickly broken up by Edmonton's defense. They're swarming him. They're very familiar with his play. They know his tendencies. They've seen it up close and personal for many years. Can that be an advantage for Edmonton here? As Gretzky, with a couple of Edmonton allies coming with him to LA, but a lot of new faces. As the puck is taken out, Lamb and Nichols face off. And there's a shot. Recovered by Duchesne. Kings very glad that he came back for this extremely important game. As there's a shot by Nichols. Broken up. Edmonton in a solid first in the division. Kings trying to get back in this to take first away from Edmonton. And that starts with a very difficult road game. Absolutely sold out house. Ticket scalping was off the charts. Not unheard of to hear people paying $500-$600 just to get into this arena. In what might be the hottest game of this year, as that's broken up by Healy, and Kennedy gets it but loses it now that Edmonton is coming back. But there's an easy giveaway from Greg. Smythe passing it forward. As a Edmonton trying to move up the right lane here. Luke finally touches the puck. And Gretzky trying to get his first line in position. You can see he was looking back to see where Luke was, but unfortunately he was way too far behind. As the Kings are racing, trying to get back in time. It's a one-on-one. And that's stopped. And Healy with another brilliant save. Oh, excuse me, Casey. Healy is injured. It's Casey. I've been calling Healy for so long. I forgot that Casey is in the net tonight. Kings coach specifically saying that he saved Casey for this game and he's fully rested. As there are some shots, Dean Kennedy with a hook. Kings trading for Casey from the North Stars as well as getting Dino. Both have been absolutely big, important players for them, as Duchesne, struggling a little bit with his return here, has had very little ice time with most of this roster, only playing in a couple preseason games, which seems like an eternity ago. As McSorley trying to play some defense here. Harassing with his stick and breaking it up as Gretzky on the ice for quite a while. Still out here. You got to imagine that Gretzky doesn't want to get taken off. He wants to get a goal in this game. As Nichols now with a one-on-one. Awkward line change. That stopped. Dino trying to get in position. Nichols and Dino. But Fjord making a brilliant save. Landing on top of it. And there's a long shot against Casey. And Casey once again makes another shot. And another shot from a deflection. As Casey is diving all over the net. Kicks his foot high into the air. And that actually deflects one of the pucks. Unbelievable save. That's going to be making his career highlight reel. As there's a face-off with Nichols. Finally has it. Cliff Ronning, who's just been traded from the Blues in his second game. Had a goal last game against Boston. Is out here once again. As the Kings trying to look for a goal. Edmonton and the Kings have both kind of tightened the ship. And there's a shot from Nichols. Bernie Nichols with a pass from Dino Ciccarelli. Fjord was not sure who to cover, whether he should be looking at Dino or Nichols. Both of them ready to take a shot. Fjord with a quick glance to Dino with an instant pass and a goal. As Luke takes a shot. And the Kings are now up. And it's a 2-on-1. And Casey barely moves as he fails to commit to either side. And Mark Messier is celebrating with his team. And Edmonton fans are going insane. Messier quickly and easily taking the top spot as the definitive leader of Edmonton in Gretzky's absence. And the Kings' celebration lasted all of 20 seconds as Edmonton instantly responds back. Both of these teams evenly matched. As Nichols is trying to play some defense, that's passed up all the way to Tonelli, who's now at the one-on-one. Misses that as Fior gets his stick, blocks Tonelli from getting a low shot into the right side. Gretzky now playing defense on his own side. Casey makes a save. Moves it to Luke. Tonelli passing it to Gretzky before he gets off the ice. And 2 takes a long shot. Fior had plenty of time to get back as McSorley is now running towards the crease. Trying to throw bodies and sticks in front of Edmonton's dangerous offense. As Puck gets it, and Casey once again vastly outnumbered. Yari Curry with a goal. It's 3-2. And the Kings are finding themselves falling behind now for the first time in this game. What can we do? Should we increase pressure? I think so. Let's try that. Or increase attacking. Let's increase the pressure for now. As we're halfway through this game, Edmonton, for the first time, taking the lead, has responded instantly to any Kings goal. Now they have a lead. Can the Kings respond back with a goal of their own? As momentum now shifting towards Edmonton's side. And it's offsides by the Kings. Last thing they needed, as Dino, Gretzky, and Luke are passing the puck around. Can they recover this deflection off the front? But no, Gretzky loses it here. Fior with another great save. A champion goalie. Showing his mettle tonight. Casey putting up an admirable game. But his defense, one of the few cracks in this Kings roster. As there's a long shot from 8. And Huddy with the puck. And there's another one just wide. Could have easily gone in. And another one wide. As the goal net is way too empty for anyone's liking. Casey finally getting back into the crease. Very dangerous. Not sure what he was thinking there as Nichols just misfires 10 feet above the net. Gretzky back on the ice again. Kings needing Gretzky to have a big game if they plan on winning this. Edmonton's depth with their roster is off the charts, as well as the experience of this team. Edmonton looking pretty calm with a very methodical pace in this game. A pass up from Duchesne to Luke. His number 11 is in the center. Dino to Luke, way off across both sides of the ice. As Dino's looking for a shot, he makes one, but Fior gets the save. No one in position for the deflection. Dino really loves taking shots at strange angles, trying to confuse the goalie, but Fior easily makes that one. His 19 is in a dangerous spot. Casey getting help from his defenseman. Dino once again with the puck and a shot and a deflection. Kings taking their shots as far away from Fior as they can. Hasn't led to much, but they're trying to keep the pressure on here. Given enough time, something's got to go in as that just goes off the post. Kings desperately needed that. But Fior is bailed out. As Fior gently pats the goalpost in thanks and gratitude to Gretzky and Luke charging it. 1 minute and 16 seconds left. As the Kings are trying to get some offense here, rushing the net once again. Fior lands on top of it. Gretzky with the face-off. jumps off early as Edmonton now has the puck, slowing the game down, trying to run this clock out. Slowly working their way up the ice. As now there's only 10 seconds left. Not sure Kings can get anything with this, and absolutely not. As Duchesne, once again, is seen talking to his fellow defenseman. They're having a short conversation here. Duchesne finally back in what might be the most important game of the season, one of them. The defense is confounded on Edmonton's side and on the Kings side. As we enter the final period here, Edmonton up a goal, plenty of time, but the Kings offense just kind of stalling out here. As Fuhr is having an excellent game. You wouldn't expect anything less from him or anyone else on these rosters, as Carpenter gets called for a hooking. Somewhat of a desperate move. Not sure if it was worth it. And now there's a trip by Jimmy Carson. It's 4v4 as Gretzky gets right back on the ice. He loves these open fields. 4v4 is exactly what Gretzky loves to play. If he can get the puck here, if his team can get it back for him. As Casey makes a save, a minute left of 4v4. McTavish and Dino. As Gretzky comes off, Tonelli and Dino. McSorley, a pass up to Tonelli. And Edmonton breaks it up. Burning off clock here, burning off precious minutes. As we're at 17 left. We know the Kings can score, but can they score in time with a lead? And there's a cross-check by Tom Laidlaw. Absolutely hammers him. Putting out some of his frustration. Out on Edmonton. A muttering of boos from the crowd, and it's a power play. Kings need to be careful not to let up a goal here, as many men are charging up into the crease. And the Kings with their own counterattack. But nothing comes out of it. The Kings need their second and third lines to put some points on the board. Have failed to manufacture many shots, as Gretzky's now back on the ice. Gets a pass from Ronning. And it's 32 to Gretzky. Gretzky basically facing off the entirety of Edmonton by himself. Not giving Gretzky any special treatments. He is an enemy in this game, and they're giving him everything they have. History doesn't mean anything. Only tonight matters. And blood is not thicker than oil for Edmonton here, as they're once again getting an offense going. Only 13 minutes left. Kings still down a goal. Having trouble just getting it out of their zone. Don't believe they've even taken a shot against the Edmonton goal in this last period, as Gretzky, once again, with the rest of his first line, are out here. Probably their best opportunity to score, as Luke is trying to get away, but he loses the puck from 24, just loses it in a straight battle. Luke having difficulty holding onto the puck this game, keeping possession as Gretzky's running over center ice, trying not to get, could have gotten called offsides. That stalled Luke for just a second, and it's enough time for Edmonton's defense to get on him. Here they go again, trying to run the play properly this time, but it's broken up. And let's look at this. We need to increase our tempo, as the Kings coach is signaling to his team on the ice to hurry it up. Speed up the game. Only 10 minutes left. Still down a goal. At the very least, need to score one more to tie. And here comes Edmonton with even more pressure. Casey desperately trying to keep his team in this, trying to keep it a game. Should we increase? We need to increase attacking. Lower pressure. We just need a goal. It's the clock dangerously ticking down here. Only 9 minutes left, but there's a face-off in Edmonton's game. Messier against Gretzky. As Messier wins that one. There's another shot. Casey doing everything he can to hold the fort. You can't imagine that the Kings can afford to drop even one more goal here, as they've struggled for almost 30 minutes to score once again. Tonelli loses the puck. Meant to pass it to Nichols. That's recovered by Ronning. And Ronning once again recovers it again. His own shot that was deflected takes a second shot. And it's iced. Kings, another face-off in the end of Edmonton. Lost over the boards, over the Edmonton bench, as 20 fans dive to recover that puck. Could be worth a lot of money one day, as Dino is trying to get the puck back away. Gretzky finally gets it. Robotal, not in the right position, loses the puck there. Edmonton shutting down any viable passing lane. As the puck is moving rapidly all over the ice, Casey doesn't know where to go. He's keeping his head on the swivel. His defense helps him out. Looked like for a few seconds there, Casey had no idea where the puck was. As Nichols and Tonelli are trying to get an offense going, Nichols is trying to get up to the goal, trying to knock it in, desperately slamming the puck on the ice multiple times. Fuhr blocking it with his goalie stick and skates. There's only 4 minutes left to this game. More attacking, please. And you have to wonder, will the Kings find themselves in a situation where they have to pull a goalie for an extra attacker? As a wide shot by Luke. The best opportunity he's had all game. And it just looked like it just wasn't set right. Wasn't totally ready for the puck. Fired it maybe a little too early. Puck was spinning. And a fluttering puck goes wide past the net. As Fuhr and Casey are both having solid games, but Casey and his team are down a goal. There's only 2 minutes left. The Kings are trying to get it out of their own end. Casey looking to the bench, looking for the signal to come out of the net. Trying to get it out of their end. Trying to bring in an extra attacker here. As the Kings are moving, and there's a trip by Bob Carpenter. There's a power play in the final minute. Oh, for the love of God. Tempting aggressive. Let's knock this all down, I guess. Oh, no. 68 precious seconds left. As Edmonton gets back behind the net, there's blue jerseys all over Casey. 17. Where is it? It's behind the net. Only 15 seconds. As Edmonton is taking shots, they've burned off all the clock. That remains a desperate shot that had no chance. And Fuhr knocks it and skates to center ice with the rest of Edmonton as they all celebrate in a giant group hug. Gretzky skates off the ice, gives a soft, sad wave to Edmonton as the Kings rush back into the locker room. And Edmonton is now 6-1 with 12 points. Curry, first star of the night. Contest, the second star of the night. And Simpson is the third star of the night. Casey with a 78 rating. Fuhr with a 72. And let's look at the post-game analysis. Gretzky with 4 giveaways. Deanan with a -6 shot differential as Craig Simpson has an absolutely perfect game. Mark Messier with a brilliant game himself. What was Gretzky's game rating? Oh. Hold on a second. I just want to see how Gretzky did. Oh my God, where is it? 59! As Gretzky had an absolutely abysmal game Edmonton was more than ready for him and shut Gretzky down. The good news is there'll be more opportunities for revenge here. This is far from over, as just a week from now, the Kings will be taking on Edmonton at home, but right now needs to face the North Stars, as Dino and Casey will be facing off their old team, and the Kings need to regroup, as Edmonton is still proving that there's a lot of work that the Kings need to do if they want to knock them off and be the new rulers of the Smythe Division. But folks, that was a brilliant game of hockey. We thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time.